Good morning, children. Welcome to another session of social science. Today, we are going to deal with the second chapter in geography, that is forest and wildlife. You have studied about forest and wildlife in your smaller classes, and even last year in 9th standard about natural vegetation and wildlife. So you may be having an idea about what this is dealing with. So in this chapter also we'll deal with some of the importance of forest and wildlife. So you know that we share this planet with millions of other living organisms, starting with microorganisms and bacteria, lichens to banyan tree, elephants and blue whale. This entire habitat that we live in has immense biodiversity. We human, along with all living organisms, form a complex web of ecological system in which we are only a part and very much dependent on this system for our own existence. So you know that forests play a key role in the ecological system, as these are also the primary producers on which all other living beings depend. So next we'll see what is flora and fauna in India. So you might have heard about flora and fauna, is it? It's familiar with you. You might have studied in your science subjects about flora and fauna. Even last year we studied about flora and fauna. So what do you mean by flora? Flora means the plant community and fauna means the animal community. So we'll see what is the speciality of flora and fauna. How much important is flora and fauna in India? So India is one of the richest country in terms of its vast array of biodiversity. We have nearly 8% of total number of species in the world, that is 1.6 million. But nowadays they are under great stress, mainly due to the insensitivity to our environment. So most of them are in the verge of extinction. Some estimates suggest that at least 10% of India's recorded wild flora and 20% of its mammal threatened list. Many of these would now be categorized as critical. So now next we'll move on to what are the different types of forest. So I'm not explaining those different types of forest again, just we are mentioning it because you have studied this in your last year 9th standard geography in detail. What are the features of these different types of forest? So just we'll mention what are the different types of forest found in India, that is tropical evergreen forest, tropical deciduous forest, montane forest, thorn forest and mangrove forest. So let's we'll see what are the importance of forests. So forests play a very important role. We all depend upon forests. So what are the uses of forests? How does forest help us? They provide us provide the industries with raw materials. You know that, is it? Then again they provide food, fodder, fertilizers and minerals. They are home for a large variety of birds and animals. Again they provide moisture and helps to lower the temperature. So as they are the primary producers, all other living beings depend on them. So we'll see these animals and plants are now getting, as we have mentioned, that are are all threatened. So the IUCN has made an effort to classify these animals according to their existence. So how they are being classified. So what do you mean by IUCN? IUCN is an organization which is founded in 1948 and its headquarters is in Gland, Switzerland. So it's an organization working in the field of nature conservation. So they are very much concerned about the environmental protection, or to maintain to conserve the environment. So it's not an organization of United Nations, actually it's an NGO. So this IUCN has published a red list of threatened species. So these are threatened due to human interference. So let's see how they are classified. So there are certain species. See, these species are being classified according to their existence. So what are the classifications? Different classifications. First one is normal species, then endangered species, vulnerable species, rare species, endemic species, and extinct species. Now we'll go in detail and see what are these species. So what are normal species? First one is normal species. What are normal species? Species whose population level are considered to be normal for their survival, such as cattle, alpine rodents. So these are animals which we find in our surroundings. So we are not much bothered about the population of these animals. They are sufficient in number in the world. So next one is endangered species. What do you mean by endangered species? These are danger of extinction. The survival of such species is different if the negative factors that have led to a decline in their population continue to operate. The examples of such species are black buck, crocodile, Indian wild ass, Indian rhino, lion-tailed macaque, Shanghai, and Shanghai is a type of deer. It's found in Manipur. Okay, so that's about endangered species. Next one is vulnerable species. So these are species whose population has declined in levels from where it is likely to move into the endangered category in the near future of if the negative factors continue to operate. So therefore these are animals that may move to the endangered section and finally become extinct. Okay, so these examples of such species are blue sheep, Asiatic elephant, gangetic dolphin, etc., etc. So what is rare species? Species with small population may move into the endangered and vulnerable category if the negative factors continue to operate. As for negatives, these rare species are Himalayan brown bear, wild Asiatic buffalo, desert fox, and hornbill. See, these species are small in population, so they are not much. They are very, very rare. Their population is very less, so we have to be very careful about the population of these animals and plants. That is a rare species. So next one is endemic species. What is endemic species? These are species which are found only in some particular areas. They are not found everywhere, but they are found only in certain regions or certain areas. And they are usually isolated by natural or geographical barriers. For example, we have Andaman teal, which is found only in Andaman. The Nicobar pigeon, this is found in Nicobar only. Andaman wild pig, Mithun is found in Arunachal Pradesh. So these are some of the animals coming under the category of endemic species. Next one is extinct species. What is extinct species? So these are species which are not found after searches of known or likely areas where they may occur. They are not at all found in any areas. Usually where they occur, that is not found there. So a species may be extinct from a local area, region, country, continent, or the entire earth. So such examples of Indian animals are Asiatic cheetah and pink-head duck. So when we are studying about, looking about Asiatic cheetah, what do we come to know? It is the world's fastest land mammal. It was, and it can move at a speed of 112 kilometers per hour. Prior to the 20th century, cheetahs were widely distributed throughout Africa and Asia. But today, the Asian cheetah is nearly extinct due to the decline of available habitat and prey. They don't get their food because of the scarcity of their prey. They have declined. They are now extinct. So the species was declared extinct in India long back in 1952. So that's about extinct species. Then we'll move on to the vanishing forest. What do you mean by vanishing forest? Among the larger animals in India, 79 mammals, 44 birds, 15 reptiles, and 3 of the amphibians are threatened. Nearly 1,500 plant species are considered endangered. Flowering plants and vertebrate animals have recently become extinct at a rate estimated to be 50 to 100 times the average expected natural rate. So even though we see that the forests are vanishing nowadays, the state and the central government in India, they are very particular to increase the size of the forest area, and they will see now the size has increased when compared to the previous years. So thus, when we are maintaining the forests in this way, we can very well increase the area of forest in the near future. So next is about Himalayan yew. See, when we study about the plants which are endangered, it's very important to study about Himalayan yew. See, this is type of medicinal plant found in various parts of Himalaya, Himachal Pradesh and Arunachal Pradesh. A chemical compound called Texal is extracted from the barks, needles, twigs and roots of the tree, and this is one of the biggest selling drug in the world for the treatment of cancer. So as it is important for the treatment of cancer, there is a widespread cutting of this plant, and so now the species is under great threat due to over exploitation. People started cutting it too much, so it is now it is at the verge of extinction. It's going to be it's under great threat. So this is next one is about depletion of forest. What are the reasons for the depletion of forest? So there are many reasons for the depletion of forest. The greatest damage which was inflicted on Indian forest was during the colonial period. How did they destroy the forest? It was when they tried to expand for the expansion of railways, then agriculture, commercial and scientific forestry, mining activities. For all these purposes, they destroyed large areas of forest. Even say after independence, agricultural expansion continued to be the major cause of the depletion of forests. Then even in tribal areas, see, shifting cultivation or jamming was a type of slash and burn method which destroyed large areas of forest. Then overgrazing, irrigation and power projects, forest fire, floods, all these led to the destruction of forest. So with this we bring an end to this chapter, which is the first part of the chapter. The next part we'll see in the next session. So till then, have a nice day. Goodbye.